stories you heard are true. Some did survive. A mistake you will rectify. He's searching for something. Something very dear to the Empire. They will run. They will hide. But you will hunt them down.
I get it. You've been surviving on your own for so long that it's impossible to trust anyone. And it's what's kept you alive. But this is about something bigger than just surviving. We're done hiding, Cal. I believe that rebuilding the Order is the best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
A Jedi.
Going somewhere.
Tell me, where did he hide the holocron? Outstanding.
There's a lot that a Star Wars game has to be, but above all else, it has to be Star Wars. And Jedi Fallen Order certainly delivers on that front. There won't be any spoilers in this video, so you don't have to worry about that. This video is going to be showcasing the incredible graphics and the inventive things they're doing with them that make this the most cinematically realistic Star Wars game yet. Everything you're seeing was captured using the same industry-standard recording monitor used for making video game trailers. It's entirely lossless, so this is the absolute best possible quality. If you have a 4K television, that's where I'd recommend watching this. The game itself is running at over 4K with every graphics setting maxed out at 60 FPS on 2080 Ti's. By the way, before we go any further, if you don't already own Jedi Fallen Order, I'm giving away 3 copies. Any platform, PC, PS4, Xbox, all you gotta do is click on the link in the description below, and it'll give you details on how to enter the giveaway. There's many different types of realism that you can strive for in video games. And there's no right or wrong, they're just different. Star Wars Battlefront 2 strives for real-life realism, while remaining true to the Star Wars aesthetic. On the other hand, Jedi Fallen Order strives for filmic realism, again, with the Star Wars aesthetic. Take a look at The Mandalorian. It's got a great mixture of real props and CG. Instead of looking like something that's all digital, it looks more like the classic Star Wars films. And even though this is a video game, that's what makes it so interesting about how they nailed the graphics and how they were able to make this actually feel like authentic, classic Star Wars. In Fallen Order, they've struck an enchanting balance between the old and the new. Star Wars isn't something that you want to look too clean or digital. You'll polish away the charm. Again, look at The Mandalorian's gold standard between practical and digital special effects. Here, they've dressed the worlds with skies that almost feel like matte paintings, which lends a great filmic quality. Instead of striving towards real-life realism, they've gone the route of bringing the film's universe to life and tapping into the magic of classic Star Wars. And there's a lot of that magic to go around. But before we go any further, I'm going to give you guys a quick PSA. If you're considering gaming on a 4K television to take full advantage of graphics like this, there's some things you should be careful of. Hypothetical scenario. Let's say you play a lot of games. Maybe you're trying to prestige, maybe you're a completionist. The point is, you play a lot. So one day after a gaming session, you decide to watch someone grill a steak in 4K. I should really go to the grocery store today. And you notice these weird blotches getting in the way of your beautiful steak video. Well, that would be burn-in. Burn-in is something that can happen to an OLED if you play a lot of games, use it as a monitor, watch a lot of sports. Anything that shows a static image for a long time increases your risk of burn-in. OLED is also prone to gray bars, which I had on my last OLED. It was annoying. Most OLED televisions do have some sort of a process that tries to get rid of burn-in, but if you're unlucky enough to get it, you're usually stuck with it. On the other hand, QLED TVs can't burn in, and while OLED is darker, QLED can get significantly brighter, which is not only good for daytime viewing, but it makes HDR more realistic in games and movies. Some 4K QLED TVs support FreeSync and 120Hz when running at 1440p. All around, that's pretty good for gaming. Regardless, that's my PSA. If you're in the market for a gaming television, I hope it helps. Okay, back to Fallen Order. I was surprised just how packed full of detail this game is. You'll find indigenous fauna like these rats native to Braca crawling in the nooks and crevices. They've even gone so far as to have your character climb around while squeezing between walls, which is a really small detail, but the details add up. Like the detail of being able to see a torrential downpour going down in sheets, or scrappers going about their work, bringing in ships, cutting ships apart. You can even see ATSTs patrolling the graveyards, and all this is just going on while you're off doing your thing. None of this is calling for your attention, which I find really cool. It's just there because they're building a world. Playing this on a big TV, there's so much to take in. It's like you're in a movie at times. Outside of all the worldly details like the beautiful mists and the water effects, which are surprisingly good. I was actually really surprised by the water effects. Anyway, outside of details like that, look at his poncho as the turbine blade moves past. The poncho moves as if a gust of wind blew it about, as did Cal's hair. That's pretty awesome. I was really excited when I noticed those details. I was not expecting that. Which brings us to the fact that, unlike other recent Star Wars games, this is not running on Frostbite. This is Unreal Engine 4. Comparing Fallen Order to Battlefront 2's campaign, which I don't think looks quite as good as the multiplayer, comparing Battlefront 2's campaign to Fallen Order's campaign almost feels like comparing movies shot on film to movies shot on digital. They weren't afraid to make Fallen Order look dirty, which is a smart choice. Star Wars is a gritty thing. And another positive is that Unreal Engine is more visceral than Frostbite, which is notoriously difficult to develop for. Anyway, I think Battlefront 2's multiplayer looks incredible, and the campaign looks really good too, but Unreal Engine 4 was a solid choice for Fallen Order, and what they were going for in Fallen Order. Another thing that I found really impressive is that they went all out with the cinematography and the lighting. The framing of the virtual camera during some of the scenes is damn impressive. Since all of this is virtual, sometimes studios go overboard with the control that they have over the visuals. Like, instead of allowing for imperfect lighting or other imperfections, let's say plenty of inky blacks at night, they might be tempted to bump up the blacks so that there's more visible details for the eyes to take in. They didn't do that here. There's a lot of imperfections that bring out the beauty of this game. Of course, there's more to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order than just the graphics. There's the lore and the gameplay, but I'm really involved in the lore. I think it's really cool. I've got some videos on the screen now if you guys want to check out some of the secrets. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the graphics of Jedi Fallen Order. If you did, leave a like. And leave a comment on which planet you thought was the most visually interesting in Jedi Fallen Order. Also, if you're considering a 4K television and you want to learn more about OLED burn-in, I've got a link down in the description below to a study. Thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, may the Force be with you. I'll see you next time.
This is no common anarchist, but a devotee of the treasonous Jedi Order.